remember when we first started talking about that, it almost scared me. I'm like, what does that mean? Because I'd always associated missionary with going to Africa and living in a tent or something. And as we've been to the Avenue and really learned about what that means, that you don't have to travel and you don't have to go to some foreign land or even a foreign city. You can do it right where you are and in your workplace or at social gatherings or whatever. And it's just about being who you are around people and sharing the love of Christ, not even through necessarily words, but sometimes just actions. Well, I think one of my misconceptions, and I would assume other people's, is that you need to have the Bible memorized, and you need to be able to provide scripture references for every objection they may give you, and you need to be constantly preaching to them. And I think what I've really learned is it's not about that at all. It's just about being you and showing compassion and care for others. And sometimes the littlest thing that you can say to someone can make the biggest difference in their life, and you not even realize it. And remembering it's not us that's transforming their heart, it's God that transforms their heart. Well, I first met Ron. He was a client of mine, and he and his soon-to-be wife wanted to purchase a house and be able to start their family. And so I helped them purchase their house and kept in contact with them, throughout the next year or so. And they called me and said, "Hey, Scott, we're in some financial troubles. Can you come and, give us some suggestions of ways that we can, either sell the house or, do something different?" So I was able to go down and talk with them and find some way to help them. Really, it had gone a little bit too far, so we weren't able to do a whole lot. We did try to sell the house, but ended up going through the foreclosure process. And at the same time, the financial struggles and the marital struggles unfortunately ended in divorce for he and his wife. And so I was able to just encourage him to keep an open relationship with his former wife for their little girl. They'd had a little baby. She was only 1 year old, and my parents divorced when I was 3, and I knew what a big difference that made in my life when my parents were able to communicate with each other and still, tolerate each other, that it made it a lot easier for me. And so I just encouraged him with that to, at least try to keep open lines of communication, if not for himself, then for his little girl. I had sent him an encouraging email about the refiner's fire and how sometimes God will send you through struggles, to purify you and come out clean on the other side and really be able to rejoice in that. And he sent me an email about a month after that and said that encouragement changed his life. And it was kind of one of those, I don't even think, didn't even consider that was going to be that impactful to him, but it was. And, I don't take any of the credit for Ron's transformation. I mean, it was God, and if I aided in that, that's incredible, but I maybe just nudged him a little bit the right way. It's not the big stuff that you do. It's not the going on a mission trip to Mexico. It's not the doing a Habitat community house. It's the everyday relationships that you can show kindness to others and a way to serve others, maybe unexpectedly. Do something or say something that they're not expecting. And I don't think it has to be big. I think it can be little, and words or anything. I think it kind of goes back to the missional definition I was talking about, that sometimes the small things that you say, you don't realize what a big impact that can have on people. And that's how it was for Ron, that my encouragements to him going through their divorce and through their struggles, and that's what he's told me now later really transformed his heart, is the word that he used. Even before he started going to Avenue, he was talking about how he was totally transformed. I've tried to kind of take a little bit of a discipleship with Ron. I'm new to this. I don't know what that means. We've talked about a little bit with the Avenue of what does that mean to, to help somebody along. But I just try to be an encourager to Ron. He and I still get together every couple of weeks to every month or so for lunch. And so we can just sit down and talk about what's going on in our lives and what our struggles are and encourage, and he's as big of an encouragement to me as I am to him. And, I try to share things with him and encourage him to continue to grow. Obviously, lots of prayer for that relationship to grow and for him to grow. But I think we're, continue to grow closer and continue to, have great fellowship together.